Sentinel Online. Now loading the Geekcast radio network of podcasts.
You're listening to the Geekcast radio network of podcasts.
Hello and welcome to the 54th episode of the M-Wire Movie Weekend Review. Today we'll be continuing the DVD spotlight on Police Academy films. I am TFG on Mike, and as usual, I am joined by Steve Megatron. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
A little tired, but surviving.
Yeah. I know how that is. Ugh. What have you been up to?
Well, I watched Police Academy 4, I watched Batman Under the Red Hood, got the show guide done finally.
Yay!
Thanks to your help, and then I finally actually did them all.
Yeah, they look more like, you originally told me it was going to be tech specs. They look more like file cards from G.I. Joe. No, I'm not complaining, but when I think of tech spec, I think of the old G1, 3D red decoder tech spec thing.
Yeah, I almost was going to do something like that, and then I was like, make you have to use a decoder over top.
No, file cards are much better.
But yeah, I figured this would be a little bit better on the eyes, too.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. So,
and it accomplishes all the same information I had previously. Only it puts it in a nicer optical form.
Yeah, it's easier to see. Since Police Academy Week Part 1 we did last week, we're going to do Part 2 this week with 4, 5, 6, and 7. Since then, I actually got a haven't got it yet. I don't know when it's going to be here, but I ordered, I actually ordered this back on the 29th of July, but I ordered the Prowl SDCC Mighty Mug from Hasbro Toy Shop. So that's coming, and just out of sheer coincidence, just to see if and plus I want the thing. There's this thing on MattyCollector.com, and it's not Masters of the Universe. It's Disney's Cars tunes. It's Tokyo Mater from the little Cars shorts, and I think it's a one. I don't know. It's some sort of scale die-cast model. I don't think it's a model. Hopefully it's not. I don't think it is because the in-package images show it's put together. So, when I checked my email today, I got a ship notification from them as well. So, apparently, if you're not getting Masters of the Universe stuff on Matty Collector, it's fairly easy because Matty days are horrible, according to everybody else.
See, the only thing I'm waiting for from Mattel is, granted the Superman with the Starro is cool.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for that 3-pack with that Joker, the Grey Ghost, and the Batman. Even though the Batman and the Joker I already have in their original paint forms from Justice League.
Yeah.
I like that they're painted in the BTAS style, so as soon as that 3-pack shows up, I'm probably going to pre-order it on BBTS, just so that I don't have to screw with it.
Yeah.
And then it can just show up when it's done.
Yep.
But yeah, because I really want that set. More so for the Joker, but
yeah,
as bad as that is, but that's kind of a rare figure to find.
Oh yeah,
that particular body anyway.
Yeah. Let's see what else. I also ordered. Of course, I have no idea when the hell it's going to get here. What else did I order? I ordered something from Amazon. Unfortunately, it wasn't the Allspark Almanac. But I don't know if you ever saw this. Did you ever remember seeing a movie in '93 called Airborne?
It sounds vaguely familiar to me.
It's about this California surfer kid who has to go to Cincinnati for part of a semester or part of a school year because his parents are going to Australia. And it stars Seth Green. What's it? One kid's name. Shit.
I don't believe shit was.
No, crap. It's Sean something. I don't remember. But anyway, I don't know. For some strange reason, back in late '93, early '94, I really got attached to this film. I really liked it, and I had never been able to find it on DVD until now, where Amazon actually has it in Region 1, because every other listing was for Region 2, and it was sold out. So, yeah, I got that, and I got one other thing, and I can't remember what the hell it was. Other than that, not much else is really going on. I gotta get going with the emails off to different people for interviews, because we've got stuff coming up on different shows that I'd like to grab interviews for. Especially the episode of Tooncast that we have coming up, which that interview will have to be across pretty much all Tooncast, GCR, and ATCF, seeing as how the guy that voiced the main character in the next episode of Tooncast also voiced a couple characters in Transformers Animated. So, yeah. Let's get into Police Academy here. Police Academy 4, Cop, Citizens on Patrol. Wow, that has got to be the most, and I didn't notice it until a few weeks ago, but that has got to be the most blatant joke in a title that I have ever seen.
Yeah, I would have to say that it is, and it's quite hilarious.
Yes, it is.
I think that was a cool play that they did in itself, just because, I mean, hell, I'd do something like that if I had one of these movies, but and then the song that goes along with it just kicks even more ass.
Yeah. This is the fourth comedy film in the Police Academy series. It was released in 1987. The film was given a PG rating for mild profanity. When did you first see this?
Not quite sure when I saw it, but I know that this is my favorite of the entire series.
Yeah. I like the first one, and I like this one the best. I would have to say out of them all.
Yep.
This film also stars a very young David Spade before his Saturday Night Live stint, as well as a brief cameo from pro skateboarder Tony Hawk. Wow.
Well, they gotta have somebody that's gonna do the skateboard scenes in this movie.
Nah. Yeah, that's true. Oh. Yeah. So I guess getting into the plot here, Commandant Eric Lassard, played by George Gaines, decides that the police force is overworked and understaffed, so he comes up with the idea of recruiting civilian volunteers to work side by side with his officers in a program called Citizens on Patrol, COP. Kerry Mahoney, played by Steve Guttenberg, and his friends, Moises Hightower, Larville Jones, Eugene Tackleberry, Zed, oh god, he's back, damn it, Sweet Chuck, Laverne Hooks, and Debbie Callahan are in charge of training the civilians. The civilians include enormous Tommy House Conklin, gung-ho senior citizen Lois Feldman, yikes, that sounds horrible, and skateboarding delinquents Kyle and Arnie. Captain Thaddeus Harris, played by G.W. Bailey, wants to take over Lassard's job, and that's why Harris is determined to see the COP program fail. But it's Harris and his right-hand man, Proctor. Ugh, that shouldn't be a line in a description. Who mess up by unintentionally allowing every inmate at the Precinct 19 jail to escape. Yikes.
Yeah, well, that requires a bonehead to do that in the first place, so...
Well, that's all Proctor is, isn't he?
As far as I know.
Well, then there you go. I remember seeing this. Was there a scene in this? Because obviously that was a very short plot synopsis, but I might be getting this one confused with the original, but wasn't there a scene in kind of like the mob scene in the first one, but the cop people, the citizens were chasing criminals in this? Am I or am I confusing the first one with this one?
I know that they have this. I mean, because obviously it's the citizens chasing.
Mm-hmm.
It pretty much has them out with the cops looking.
Okay, yeah, that's. See, it's been a while since I've seen these, and you know, just because we don't, or well, whether it's you or I don't watch a film, but we're still talking about it, I still remember it. It's just, my memory is kind of foggy on this one, so it's yeah. But I mean, these Police Academy movies are just hilarious. At least the first one and the fourth one are. 2 and 3 are, they're alright. 2
I could plainly do without.
Yeah.
But 3 I could do more with. But definitely 1 and 4 I would say are the best. And that's not to, like, sound like, oh, well, all the rest are crap and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, it's kind of true that, because some of it's just rehashed throughout the series.
Yeah. Yeah. Did they, so they get rid of Leslie Barbara, huh? He's not in any of these, or he's not in this one. And I don't think he was in the third one, was he?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Huh.
They kind of like the little bit cops that are in there that don't spend too much time. Obviously, they don't last very long between films.
Yeah, and I noticed out of the two morons, only Copeland is back.
Well, the other one probably got fired for stupidity.
That's funny. So what else do you want to talk about with this one?
Well, I, surprisingly enough, actually made notes. There's that scene in the beginning when you get to see Captain Harris once again.
Yay.
Yes, that was a definite yay, because I am not a big fan of...
Mauser.
Like, yeah, Mauser's alright. I mean, I'm not gonna, like, slam him. He was basically supposed to be another Harris. That was plain and simple. I mean, they were trying to replicate a lot of Harris, but in a more Weasley-type character.
Yeah.
And they succeeded in that. However, it's not my favorite character in that sense. I prefer Harris because, well, he's just an asshole. And that's what makes it more interesting with the whole situation. So, I like the scene because Proctor's in there and he's telling him, oh yeah, the police commissioner's here and blah blah blah, and Harris is like, well, tell him to, go away. I don't care. And then Proctor's like, okay, I'll go tell him. And he's like, Proctor. And then he comes back and he's like, tell him to come in. And he says, but it's like, retard. He was being sarcastic. And then after the police commissioner leaves, he starts playing with those metal balls that swing back and forth when you hit one of them, and he runs over there to stop him from moving and yells out real loud, stop touching my balls. And then everybody starts looking at Harris and Proctor. He says, don't ever touch my balls without asking for permission first.
Wow.
So it just looked wrong in that sense. And then, of course, you have, the skateboarders and David Spade's debut, and which was hilarious because they were going toe-to-toe with Harris, and Harris is about to lock them up, and, of course, who's there but the two thorns in Harris's side, Mahoney and Larvell Jones, in which they take them and recruit them, basically. But I would have to say there's a lot of funny moments in this movie.
Yeah.
Like Proctor and Simon Says with the prisoners.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then they all start doing something, and he's like, Simon didn't say. And then one of the guards reaches through with a gun, and he says, no, but Smith & Wesson did.
What did Tackleberry do in this one? Because I don't remember him flying off the handle in this.
There was a lot of scenes with him and his in-laws in the movie.
Oh boy.
Because his wife's brother decided to join the Citizens on Patrol or Police Academy in general. So yeah, that was different. And of course, there was much punching going on in that family. Yes, we like to punch nuts.
Oh boy. Yeah, I bet. I'm not really Like, I get what Tackleberry did for the first film. He's been in all of them, hasn't he, so far?
He's in all 7.
Okay. Wow. I like what he did for the first film, but I really don't like him overall throughout the arcing of the films. As far as David Spade goes, there's only one movie I can actually watch with him in it, and that's Tommy Boy, and that's it. I do not like his comedy whatsoever.
I like him when he's paired with somebody else. Like Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, Grown Ups. So that's about all I can stomach him.
I think the only thing I can stomach him in besides Tommy Boy is Just Shoot Me, because he has a cast around him. Tommy Boy was good because obviously you got Chris Farley there, but that's just one person, where the TV show Just Shoot Me, you had like 4 or 5 different people and different personalities, so it's not just him. And he was okay in that, but just in general, I don't care for a lot of the films that he's done.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. I mean, he's more one of those, like, kind of dry humor, like, type. So, I mean, I can kind of see that.
Wait a minute. Sharon Stone was in this film?
Yes.
Wow. I did not know that.
They had a different cast in this particular film. Which was good, yet bad. But, I mean, there's always that strange dynamic of whoever they've got in the film.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I mean, you got, at least out of some of the original cast, you got Guttenberg, Bubba Smith, Winslow, Graff, Leslie Easterbrook, G.W. Bailey. I mean, as far as main characters, and honestly, Guttenberg and Winslow, they could do a comedy show just by themselves. I mean,
yeah, I find those two to be the most hilarious.
Yeah.
In the franchise.
Yes.
Although I would never change any of the cast.
No, well, you kind of can't now. I mean, no, I mean, I agree. I wouldn't change them, but I mean, as far as like throughout the entire film series, I would have to say that they're my 2 favorites because, well, Winslow, I mean, he's awesome at sound effects. He's the sound effects guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he is the Frank Welker of sound effects. I mean, Frank can do like a lot of animal sounds and other sounds that probably shouldn't come out of people, but Winslow can do like a lot of like sound effects type, like the whole was it Spaced Invaders from the first film or whatever that game was supposed to be that he was playing in his room, or well, it's not actually a game he was playing. You know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I agree. I wouldn't replace the casts that they've gotten, but I just think that Guttenberg and Winslow, for me, steal the shows.
Yeah, I don't think the films would be the same without them. Larville, of course, is always interesting as hell, which is why I've been using his clips primarily for the end of the show.
Yeah, the end of the show. Yeah.
Just granted, there's a bunch of other funny scenes with the other guys, yet he usually ends up getting the better part.
Yeah.
Of it, so that's why I primarily put him there.
Yep. Apparently this film did worse than 2 did, because it was widely panned with 0% freshness rating and an average reviewer rating of 2.4 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, those fucktards don't know what they're talking about. This was primarily one of the best ones.
Yeah, I agree.
They can blow me, because this movie was better than some of the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah, since I found the anagram of the whole cop program thing, I was actually looking in the other titles to see if there's any other ones, and I didn't catch any. Well, I guess you could mark it for 6. Police Academy cussing, or cuss, City Under Siege, but
it's funny to see the play on words, though.
Yeah. I mean, my whole thing with City Under Siege and saying, that it stands for cuss, it's a stretch. I will not deny that it's not a stretch, because I don't know. I really like this one. It was a little bit. It wasn't as bad as 2, and it wasn't as good as I don't. Even though I rank this one and the first one the 2 best out of the entire series, I think 3 had a little bit more funnier moments than this one. But this one overall is still very, very good. Do you have any other final thoughts?
I like Harris coming back and calling Mahoney pissant, because nobody can pull that off.
No.
You forgot about the scene with Harris and Proctor getting led by Mahoney to the Blue Oyster Bar. And then they get inside, and Harris immediately figures it out, and Proctor's like, well, maybe they don't have salads. They might have seafood. And then they all get stuck in there, and Harris tries to leave, and then they're like, oh, hell no, you're not leaving. They're like, you haven't danced yet.
Is this the last time we see the Blue Oyster Bar joke?
No, I believe there's variations of it. Being that the rest of the films don't really take place in the same area, they're all pretty much all over the place after this. So I think that they bring it back in other forms, like maybe in another language, and then have a thing that fills that void that is left. And then I think Lassard and Larvell Jones send them there, but I'm guessing. I can't remember for sure. I'll have to rewatch those for the
for the next ones,
for the reviews. Yeah, but it does come up. I like where they're all in the shower room, and I think I don't know that guy that talks crazy. I really don't care to know his name, but he replaced Harris's spray deodorant with a can of mace, which burned his armpits insanely to the point he had rods propping up his arms to his waist when he came in to chew out the police.
Wow. Why am I flashing to Big Fat Liar?
Probably because they stole it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, still. Well, just look what we'll be having in the DC Spotlight Volume 2 with Office Space. Oh, I mean Superman 3. Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah. You have anything else you want to say about this one?
Yes. The scene with the van, and they have David Spade and the other 2 recruits in there with Mahoney and Larvell in the driver's seat area, and they have Hightower as the voodoo guy in the truck. And And he's all dressed up, and he's carrying a body bag, and he slams it down in the truck. And then he's like, oh, and like starts like chanting something, and these guys are just staring at him. And then he breaks the handcuffs off. And then he starts humming again and doing something, and these guys are just like staring at him in like utter horror. And then Larvel's in the front doing sound effects like throughout this, and then all of a sudden the body bag, a chainsaw rips through it and starts cutting across, and this hockey mask head comes out with the chainsaw, and the bigger recruit blasts his way through the door because the other two were trying to get out, and they all run out and run down the street, and then of course the four cops get out of the car or out of the truck and start laughing, and
that's what I think that I was confusing, is that scene with I was confusing that scene with them running out from the effects of that chainsaw bit with the riot scene from the first film. That's what it was.
I mean, this in itself was, I think this was the funniest part of the film.
Yeah.
Or one of the funniest.
Yeah, very, very, yeah.
And of course Mahoney has to have fun with Captain Harris, since nobody likes him. So he puts glue on the speakerphone. On the mouthpiece, so when Harris puts it to his mouth, it is forever stuck there.
Oh, you mean the megaphones?
Yes, the megaphone.
Yeah, he did that back in the first film, though, because he gave him the mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a variation.
This time he decided to permanently fixate it to his face.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then finally, the use of hot air balloons. Huh? Why? We don't need that crap. Hot air balloons.
I guess on that note, I guess we're done here for this one. Thank you for joining us here on MWire Movie Week in Review. There are some ways to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. You can comment on each episode post. Join the forums, PredaconEmpire.com/Nexus. Leave the show's feedback in iTunes. Please do this. Follow us on Twitter. GCRN MWire is the show Twitter. Mine is TFG1Mike. What is your Twitter?
SCP-21.
Become a fan on Facebook. Search Geekcast Radio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of MWire and wish you'll join us next time when we will be reviewing in the DVD Spotlight Police Academy 5, Assignment Miami Beach. Oh, crap. Help me. Help me now. For now, I am TFG1Mike with
Steve Megatron Phillips.
Thank you for listening. Until next time.
Officer Mahoney, please come in. Have some lemonade. I love lemonade. Not too tart, not
too sweet, just good. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Carrie Mahoney of the Police Academy. Thank you very, very much. Please, thank you. Oh, you're too kind. You're just... Jones.
Your Honor, look at this list of complaints. And I quote you directly, sir, when I say...
I have confidence that Sergeant Brooks has chosen the appropriate music. Let's go. Nice selection, Hooks. All right. Slow walk. Slow walk. Ready, start. Your arms moving. That's good. Nice slow jog. Okay. Arms moving. Breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Tuck his tummy hooks. That girl. Go. Good, good. Tuck his tummy hooks. That's the girl.
Now, like this.
It's sub-community action.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Lieutenant Proctor, a ghetto favorite.
Well, thank you very, very much. I'm honored to be.
Good evening, gentlemen. I congratulate you on another good day. Sleep well.
Hey, Count. Getting word we're gonna be taking over soon? We're ready.
You're improving, guys, but you're still way down on the food chain. As we vampires say, lights out, suckers.
We got him, man!
Oh, shit.
All right, Samuel. That's what you want. What you get? Samuel, you gotta pay for that.
In a world, there, I said it, happy,